What's better than one crazy bantamweight finish? Why don't I hit you with 3? And another dominating performance for Amanda Nunes. What's up? I'm Andrew, you're tuned into Play Action Productions, and today we're talking UFC 250. Now what's behind crazy bantamweight finish? Door number 1? It's Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley pulling out the colorful Tekashi 6ix9ine hair. Stupid! Taking on Eddie Wineland, who is probably his toughest competitor yet. And people are calling for this. You know, when you get an aura around you like Sean O'Malley has, people just want to see you fail. Unfortunately, it's the reality. And unfortunately for those people, it was not the reality today, as he had a spectacular walk-off KO of Eddie in the first round. And this wasn't just your typical KO. This walk-off, he feinted with the right, feinted the left. Eddie dropped his hands and just in a split second came back over top with the right, put Eddie down and Eddie out. He was out for a long time. And Eddie doesn't get finished like that. That doesn't really happen. And the fact that, the speed on Sean just continues to improve. It's kind of looking like Cody with the speed. We'll get there later, don't worry. And the way he comes into the pocket and gets out of the pocket so quickly is unbelievable. Eddie came out super aggressive, and Sean is unreal, not only fighting forwards, but fighting backwards. And he's got the 8-tool caliber, the hands, the feet, the knees, and the elbows. And he's, I would say he's a champion in the making. You got to give him a step up. The fact that he's not ranked, who in the hell is making these rankings? Because the fact that Sean has no number next to his name makes me want to physically throw up all over my microphone right now. Just give this guy a ranking, give him a good opponent. Let's get the sugar show going. Bantamweight finish door number 2 is Aljamin Sterling. Aljamain Sterling choked out Corey Sandhagen in the first round in probably one of the most dominant fashions he's ever done anything in his career. They're talking about having Peter Yan and Jose Aldo for the title, which is absolutely ridiculous. Don't even get me started on this because I'll get really pissed off and you'll tune out of this video and we'll just forget about all the other fights. But the fact is, Aljo needs to fight Peter Yan for the title. As soon as the fight started, Aljo had that pressure, and he's usually good with the pressure, but he just took the center of the octagon. He kind of hopped on Corey's back, did the little body triangle, sucking the air out of him, dragged him down like a stupid alligator. He was down there. Shout out Jacare for that one. And once his breathing was restricted, he tried to get the choke in, crushed his jaw a little bit, didn't get the choke in, but he did something slick on the ground. I mean, if you have the chance, go back and rewatch the fight, because you can kind of see him letting up his right arm and pushing his left arm to try to get the arm under the neck. And as Sandhagen realizes that, he goes and puts all his attention on that left arm, and then boom, just as quick as that happens, the right arm comes back, chokes him out, tapped him out. I mean, he tapped with his last breath of consciousness. Joe Rogan made a good point because he was out cold after that, and it was that easy. Honestly, he had Corey looking like he was an amateur, which is ridiculous because Corey's one hell of a fighter. Kind of reminds me of Dominic Cruz. You ever seen those guys in the same room? I don't know. You tell me that. But yeah, first round submission, rear naked choke. He needs a title shot. That's 4 in a row for him. And ever since he got knocked out by Marlon Moraes, he's just looked like a completely different fighter. Go Funkmaster. Bantamweight door number 3 presents a former champion in Cody Garbrandt taking on Rafael Sanso. Now before we get into the fight, let me just make this real clear. No matter what comments I see online, I am not talking about this guy's hairline. Everyone needs to get off this guy's back for it. What we can talk about is beard, eh? Think about that. Big beard, bad chin, I don't know, put 2 and 2 together. But seriously, this was a big fight for Cody here because he was 3 in a row. His chin was basically gone. He had, muscle injuries. He had a kidney injury. He was in the hospital. He was coughing up blood. He had all this crazy stuff happen to him. He has a kid on the way. He's trying to support his family. So what does he do? Finds the best striking coach in Mark Henry, goes down to New Jersey for half his training camp, and clearly it helped. He had an unbelievable buzzer beater KO right at the end of the second round. They're right up against the cage, and Cody does this amazing thing. He has his eyes on Sanso the whole time, realizes that if he can dip and slip, he can blast the right hand, and that's exactly what he did. Dipped, split, Sanso came over, left hand nowhere to be found to protect his face, and boom, classic Cody right hand to the dome, out cold, ref stops the fight, that's it, game over. And it's crazy. Cody is easily has the fastest hands, fastest movement in UFC. He might even be in UFC history. But present day, no competition. You can't give me a fighter who's better, or who's faster, I should say. And the fact of the matter is, if he can work on his mental game like he has, There's no way he can't be champion again. Him and Aljo, imagine that fight. Holy shit, that would be amazing. No, but seriously, the speed, the way he's in and out of the pocket. You're thinking about throwing a strike, and while you're thinking about that, he's in, he's hit you, and he's gone, and you can't hit him anymore. That combo at the end of the round, the speed was just too much for anybody to handle. It was honestly like a falcon punch. Shout out Smash for that one. But what do you do with Cody next? I don't know. You can't have him fight for the title. Maybe he should be the one fighting Aldo next, work him back up. But all these amazing bantamweights, we need to see like a classic bantamweight tournament. Everybody fight multiple times in one night. I know that'll never happen because everyone just complains about money and health, and it's fair for that, but let's get it going. Welcome back, No Love. Main event time, we have Amanda Nunes defending the 145-pound featherweight title against Canadian Felicia Spencer. And honestly, we're not going to spend much time on this. It's in a classic Amanda Nunes fight. She dominated all 25 minutes. She could have finished the fight probably multiple times, but she didn't. She wanted to prove, like she said afterwards, that she doesn't get gassed or anything like that. But there's a couple pointers we can talk about with this. I mean, Amanda, no mistakes, flawless, destroyed. Felicia is unbelievably tough. She did not back down. She was getting punched and choked out, and everything was happening, and she did not take a step back. She's getting her head popped back and come back with a jab. Gotta give credit to her. She was one tough cookie, and I don't think she'll go away soon. It's just they're in this weird spot where everyone below Amanda is in the same class, but if you go deeper in that class, there's levels. And I think Felicia, especially with her dominant ground game, she's definitely at the top. But above her is Amanda, and that's just nobody can do it. Like, what does Amanda go next? There's nobody at 135. There's nobody at 145. Like, does she go box? I really don't know. Cool tidbit from this fight, though. It's the first time that a champ has defended belts in both divisions, so she broke a record there. Like, she's so young. Is she gonna retire? I don't know. Just that overhand right of hers. I mean, she was throwing spinny shit. Shout out Nate Diaz. She was unbelievable on the ground. She was doing everything. Like, what do you do next with her? There's literally nothing. You got to say, though, Felicia, props to her. It was really dominant for Amanda Nunes. Maybe Shevchenko comes back up. I really don't know. All I know is this unbelievable night of fights. Well, if you made it this far in the video, that means you really enjoy me, you really enjoy UFC, or you randomly clicked and you made it here. Doesn't matter which way. Thanks for watching. Like the video, comment. Let's talk about UFC. I'll talk about anything. I'm always open to it. Unbelievable night of fights for UFC 250. Apex was interesting venue, that's for sure. The 25-foot cage instead of 30-foot, but nonetheless, bantamweights were great. Nunes was dominant. Thanks for watching. Keep the eye out on the channel for more animations coming soon, and obviously more UFC reviews coming soon. Bye.